for the last stream. If you are in band, tell me what instrument you play. And if you're not in band, tell me why you're not in band, because band is great. I'm like the best percussionist at my school, not to brag. My band director even tells me so. But that's because all the other percussionists just aren't intelligent. And most of the other people at my school aren't very smart either. I dislike my school, but it could be worse, I guess. I don't know how it could get worse, because it's pretty bad. The 5th graders got touch screens this year. I'm going to talk about school drama at my school, because it's a lot more interesting when I do that. So, all the 5th graders got touchscreen this year. Hello, person. I think I've seen you in my comment sections before. But all the 5th graders got touchscreens this year, and no other grades, like, Chromebooks were updated. All of the Chromebooks are, like, broken for the middle school. They're all, like, not working. I don't know if y'all know this, but one common thing that I see with a lot of kindergarten teachers is that they're teaching younger grades because they like being around kids. And at my school, they tend to, like, they're always working around kids because they want them, so then they have them, and then they go on maternity leave and never ever come back. Like, I swear last year, we had, like, 13 different kindergarten teachers. So that was interesting. One time I called a kid fat ass in my science class, and I didn't get in trouble. It was, here, I'll tell you some stories from science class. My science teacher is interesting. He's interesting. And we're in class, and he does this thing with the note slides where he, like, pulls each 25 people. Okay. That was a shock. Last time there was, like, 0 people for, like, 15 minutes. Not even 15, like an hour. So I called this kid fat ass on accident because he does this thing where he shows us, the teacher, he shows us the slides, like, each one point at a time. One slide point. It's so annoying. And he thinks it's funny to, like, keep us from going to lunch by wasting our time. So we're all sitting there, like, 13 seconds until the bell rings for us to go to lunch. And he's like the classic teacher, the bell doesn't dismiss you, I do. And I had cold lunch that day, so, like, in a lunchbox, and I didn't really care if I missed lunch because I didn't have to, like, run there or do anything, really, because I didn't have to try to get to the lunch line as fast as humanly possible, like I normally do. And for the new people here, I'm going to pause that for a minute. This is the mask that we're making. This is what it looks like so far. I'm not very close to being finished. But this kid, he's been known for being obnoxious, as every single boy in my class is. And he's over here, like, screaming at me because I like to voice my opinion in class because nobody else does, and it's infuriating. So I'm like, teacher, can you just, like, show us the whole slide, please? You're taking forever. And he was intending for us to just be done at, like, halfway through the slide. So he was like, oh, okay, I'll have you guys write down the extra points because it was gonna waste our time, which is what he likes to do. And all of the kids turn around and start screaming at me. They're like, Eurydice, what are you doing? What are you even talking about? You're wasting our time. I'm so mad at you. And this one kid usually is just like, hey, why would you do that? But this one kid kept screaming at me, like, instead of writing down the notes so he could leave, he kept yelling at me. He was like, Eurydice, what are you doing? Why would you waste our time like that? And I didn't care at all because I didn't have to run to the lunch line. So I called him, I said, like, it's not that big of a deal, fat ass. And every single person heard me. Every single person in the class heard what I was saying. And I never got in trouble because the science teacher likes me. Here's another little story from that class. My teacher was trying to bring up a project where basically it was like, we were learning about cells or something about biology, but we had to tell the difference. It was like an alien from Mars brought a car back to Mars to like show the Martians like, oh, here's an example of life. But if you're intelligent here, you'd know that cars are not living things. So we had to like prove that they weren't living things. And he said it, the science teacher proposed the project like this. He was like, I've had this friend who's been calling me and texting me a whole lot lately, and just constant nonstop because he needed help from my science teacher in this hypothetical situation. And I was just thinking out loud, and I said, oh, maybe he likes you. And every single person heard me. I didn't think that they would. And everyone started laughing, and the teacher rolled his eyes at me. I'm not joking. Like, this grown-ass man rolled his eyes at me. It was pretty funny, I'm gonna be honest. If you hear me heavily breathing, it's because I'm wearing a face mask, and I cannot breathe in this thing. What do I have to do next? I have to wait for this paint to dry. So I might just end the stream in a minute, because this might take like a day or two for it to dry. And let's see if I can think of any other school stories. There's this kid in my class. He's also one of my friends, but he's really annoying, and he's very dumb. So we're talking to him one time. Our Spanish teacher likes to play Blookits and Gimkits with us because I have a hunch that he just hates teaching us and just likes to do this in the laziest way possible. So we're playing the new Easter Blookit, and he was like, wait, this kid who was supposed to be my friend says, he's like, oh my god, wait, it's Easter? And he had told me before that he's Catholic, and, for those of y'all that don't know, Easter is a Christian holiday and a Catholic holiday. I'm wearing the face mask because it's for like a character. I'll show you it right now. From the same anime that the mask is from is this character, and he wears a face mask. And also, I want to hide my face because YouTube has weird guidelines about it on stream. So that's why I'm wearing the mask. But the kid had told me he was Catholic, and I was like, dude, you're Catholic. How did you not know it was Easter? And, well, I didn't say Catholic. I said, Connor, you're Christian. How did you not know it was Easter? And he goes, I'm not Christian, I'm Catholic. Dumbass. What are you talking about? Catholic is a branch of the Christian church, for y'all that don't understand that. I don't know what was up with it. He's just not the most intelligent being ever. One time a kid pooped his pants on a field trip. Like, just because somebody told him to do that. Yeah. He cried the rest of the day. A kid, like, shit himself on the way back from a field trip. Thank you to the person who said that they liked the sketch. This is the mask that we're supposed to be making. And I have to wait for it to dry. Over there. My friend told him to do it. It was quite interesting. What's another story? there's this kid in my class, and um, it's the same guy from another story earlier, but he's a little bit larger and has body image issues. And one common thing with people with body image issues is like they'll develop an eating disorder, or sometimes they'll like do intermittent fasting. And my friend had decided to do this one day, and he just decided to not eat lunch. So another friend of mine, he was like, "Oh, hey, other person, I'll go buy you lunch or buy you like a bag of chips if cuz the guys what was it? I can't breathe in this. I'm also wearing a binder, so it's so hard to breathe in this. I'm like trying to restrict my breathing in every way possible or something. But my friend had said that the reason he wasn't eating was because there was supposedly no money in his like school account to buy lunch, which he just chose not to eat lunch, which is like it's fine. Even if you have body image issues, it's not like he was refusing to eat for a week. Like it was just one lunch out of like the whole school year where he was like, "Oh, I'll just skip eating." So, it gets worse to the people who are saying this is sad. My friend has like he says he really likes his company, but I feel like he doesn't. It's like an issue. So he asks him, he's like, "Okay, so since you aren't eating lunch, I'll buy you a bag of chips, or like I'll buy you lunch today." Um Somebody said something. It's 5 in the morning. I was supposed to let me read this. Sorry. I'll continue the story in a moment. Yeah, just go to bed, dude. Or don't. Don't sleep. How about that? Just try not to sleep. Do a backflip. Do a backflip. That's what you should do. But this kid, he kept saying no. Like, my friend kept offering. He was like, "Oh, I'll buy you lunch. I'll buy you something." He was like, "No, no, I don't want you to do that. I don't want to eat." And my friend ended up buying a bag of chips for him anyway, after the kid said no 13 times. And then he got mad at my friend, after he said no a bunch of times. He was like, "Why won't you eat it?" As if the world was gonna blow up if he didn't eat something for one lunch out of the week. And then he told everybody else out of like a table of 8 people that we should give this kid with body image issues the silent treatment until he ate something. Like, what was the plan there? What was the intention there? Like, I don't know what it was. Or another thing, like, I feel like there was another story about it that I can't currently think of. It was like the last day of school, and the 7th graders, the people in my grade, we were going outside, and my friend, the guy who was like being rude and told everybody to give this kid the silent treatment is Wyatt, so I think it's easier to just call him that. So Wyatt and his other friend was playing dodgeball, or something like kickball or dodgeball, and my other friend, the one with body issues, walks past him, and he just kind of sat down to watch them play dodgeball, and Wyatt was like, "Oh, hey, do you want to play dodgeball? Could you please play dodgeball with us?" And the kid said no. Like, okay, it's not that deep if he doesn't want to play dodgeball with you. And he goes on to tell him that he was, like, lazy for not wanting to play dodgeball. But, like, this kid was one of the calmest guys ever. Like, he would not have yelled or called somebody lazy just because they didn't want to play kickball with him, especially me. Like, he's never done that to me or any of my other 5 friends. Hello, Jade. So that was interesting. He just has an issue with my larger friend. I'm gonna fan this aggressively so that it blows. I call this move beating my disobedient stepchild. That's satire, by the way. Thank you, Jade. Come on. Come on. I accidentally painted the ears, which I wasn't supposed to do. So I think this piece of cardboard is absolutely nasty. let's start with that. I think that this piece of cardboard is gross, and I don't know why I covered the entire thing with paint. Poor stepchild. Oh, I just thought of another story about, I have step siblings, and one of them is like 5 years old, so obviously you'd imagine the average 5-year-old is not very smart. And me and the step sibling I have that is my age, she has like, I don't know if it's either like obtained from the way she was raised, but she's kind of strange with her actions, like has behavioral issues a little bit, like they're not bad at all, but she was like being really quiet this one day, or just like trying not to talk to a whole lot of people except for me because she likes me. Not like that though. But we're sitting on a bench. My mom, my stepmom, and my dad were like trying on wedding outfits or something. And while they were doing that, all of the kids, all 3 of us, plus this little toddler, sorry, give me a minute. I can still see your comments. Alright. Well, I'm gonna take out some of the paints, but what? It's not even close to a shade of green. Bear with me, guys. But this one person is over here. Sorry, give me a minute. My brain isn't working. Okay, so we're sitting on a bench outside of where my dad and my stepmom are trying on their wedding outfits. And the 5-year-old child, if you know anything about 5-year-olds, they kind of like constantly need something to entertain them, or else they like cry or cause problems. And my stepmom, because she didn't need her phone, let him play Pokemon on, like Pokemon Go, where you'd be getting up and walking around to like catch Pokemon. So she lets him go play Pokemon, and me and my stepsister were supposed to like watch over him so that he didn't like do anything stupid. But because my stepsister was being like strange that day and I didn't really want to make her hate me, when she suggested that we kind of just let him do whatever he wants and go wherever he wants, I was like, oh, okay. Also, because I didn't really like the kid. Another lore drop. I hate children. I literally hate them so much. I think it's mostly just because they're dumb. And, you know, it's a little bit more bearable because they're children after all. Like, they're kind of meant to be stupid. But, he's walking around playing Pokemon Go, and we kind of just let him, we were like, oh, go walk along this sidewalk, and because he's 5 and not very smart, he kind of just, like, walked away and, like, never found his way back, and he went missing, and they found him, like, in the middle of the highway playing Pokemon Go. So that was interesting. And then we lied and told him that it was completely the 5-year-old's fault. That was nice. That was interesting. Another time, you found a mushroom dragon? That's great. I like mushroom dragons. I like mushrooms and dragons. Ow. I don't know why I said ow. That did not hurt. One time we were on a walk with my stepsister's dog, and here, I'm gonna go wash my hands first because they're covered in paint, so I'll be right back. I'm back. Um, I'll tell you guys another story that I told the people on the last stream. But, I have a mirror in my bathroom that only goes up to, like, your shoulders or, like, about your chest area. So, every single night, I also do Invisalign. Every single night when I'm cleaning my Invisalign, I kind of have to clean them like this. So, I'm holding my Invisalign, and I'm, like, doing this. I'm aggressively just, like, moving it back and forth. But what you only really see from the mirror is, like, this. And it's every single day. Every single morning. I'm just sitting there watching myself look like I'm jorking it. Every single day I try not to bust out laughing. It's so funny. It's, I don't know, man. It's interesting. I'm mixing the paint for the characters' like burn scars, kind of. I don't know if I should add purple or not. I'm gonna open the chat up again because it's being an issue. One time, my friend has this forest behind her house, and it's not on her property, so I can technically go back there without being on her property. And I do that often, like, in the winter months when there's not a whole lot of vegetation and you can go through a forest easily. So I was telling my mom about this and she thought I got like molested by a stranger in the forest. Yeah, I can move the picture. Bear with me here. But I was on this guy's property and he had a neighbor that had like dangerous objects in his backyard. So he was like, "Oh, kid, are you following this creek that led into his neighbor's backyard?" And I was like, "Yeah." He was like, "Oh, okay, don't go any closer." And that was the end of our conversation. I think that's it. Okay, color. And that was pretty much just the end of our conversation. But when I told my mom about it, she thought I got like molested by some random dude in the forest. It was interesting. One time I got caught by my neighbor's hunting camera in the forest. And I don't know how she knew who I was, or like, she literally came to my house. This was nowhere close to my house, by the way. This was like halfway on the other side of my neighborhood completely. Like, she didn't even know my name. She just said I had been identified by somebody over in her area. And she just came over to let me know, like, hey, that's pretty much my property, and please be careful because there are some amateur hunters. I hope your ear infection gets better, bro. I hate ear infections. I used to get them all the time, and oh my god, they just make me want to do a backflip and not pay my taxes, because I hate them. But she just came over to tell me that it was, like, dangerous to be on her property at some different times of the year. And, my brother, who is not the most intelligent person ever, just randomly, like, a month after this happened, I had never told my mom about it. He was like, "Violet, why'd you get caught by a hunting camera?" And, like, in front of my mom. Like, she thought I had gotten, like, shot or something. I don't know what it was. One time my friend, I'm gonna pause this story because it's pretty much over, but one time my friend, he's not my friend, I actually very much dislike him. This dude in our class, he got, like, an ear infection, like, to the point where they had to do surgery to fix it. And he's had ear problems ever since. And it's so funny because you can, like, scream into his right ear and he'll never hear what you're saying. It's interesting. What's some other school stories? My brother was telling me about, okay, I'm gonna be honest. Here's another issue I face in my day-to-day life. Like, as if I was talking about this before. But because I'm a trans guy, I often feel compelled to go into the men's bathroom. But then I hear my brother's old stories about the men's bathroom, and I don't think I'll ever be using one of those. He was telling me about how there was, first of all, dead butterflies in the toilet one time. So that's nice. And another time, um, some kid, he just said it like some kid accidentally missed the toilet while he was trying to poop. And just like shit on the floor. So that's interesting. I don't know how to feel about that, but that's one reason why I probably won't use men's bathrooms. I'm trying to get those little, if you can see it here, those little burn marks on the cheek. For those of you, if you know who he is, that's Dobby from My Hero Academia as a cat mask. And yeah, that's it. That's just him as a cat mask. I made twice as a cat mask once. Oh my gosh, I have another story about accidentally walking into the guy's bathroom. Speaking of that one person's comment. But I had been going, I used to do basketball as a kid. And I was at this school because there's a bunch, of course, I live in like a school district kind of area. So I go to a bunch of different schools to play a bunch of different games, schools that are kind of close, but I'm not familiar with these schools. So I'm walking into the bathroom, and I don't know how I didn't notice it. I didn't notice it until like I came back a year later to play basketball. That there were urinals on the wall. I guess I just didn't think anything of it when I saw them the first time, and I guess I'm just dumb. Because there were also stalls, like normal bathroom stalls in it, that you'd see in a women's bathroom. So I was just like, oh, well, maybe like, I don't know. I don't know what I even thought. I guess I think I just didn't see them or something. So that was lovely. Yeah. Oh, it took me like one time a guy walked into the bathroom while I was using the bathroom, and I was like, wow, that's strange. Why is there a guy in the bathroom? And he looked at me funny, and I'm like, why are you looking, you're looking at me weird, like you're in the women's bathroom. But I was the one in the wrong bathroom. That was lovely. Here's what the mask looks like so far. I think I'm gonna try to dry out the ears. So, it's gonna be loud, but I'm gonna have to like use a hairdryer to dry all this off real quick. I will be back, because I need to wash my hands again anyway. Okay. I think I may have got it, like, dry enough to continue this. A lot of my friends, I'm friends with a lot of younger kids. I know that sounds strange, but that's just like how it works for some reason. It's like all of the 6th graders and 5th graders find me as like a 7th grader hilarious. So I'm always friends with them because they find me funny and no one likes me. But I'm sitting here. I was hanging out with two of my specifically like alter human friends. And that's like one big thing is like you're kind of just bound to be friends with a person if you're both part of the Therian community. Unless you're not and you, oh my Ronald McDonald, I just got paint everywhere. That's annoying. But we're just gonna have to power through it, I guess. They both play games like Dandy's World and Cookie Run Kingdom. And I don't play any of those games, but I can recognize some of the characters from them because I see them on my homepage. And, like, you'll see a lot of Eternal Sugar Cookie edits or Shadow Milk Cookie edits. So, I had known both of those characters and I could recognize them. And they both do art, like on Ibis Paint, like I do. And, my friend was showing my other friend, Harper, some of the, Cookie Run Kingdom art they made. And they show Harper Eternal Sugar Cookie art. And they look at me, they're like, oh, Eurydice, you probably wouldn't know who this person is. And I was like, oh my gosh, Eternal Sugar Cookie? And they looked at me like I was a wild alien. It was so funny. They were like, what are you talking about? It was interesting. My friend, she simps heavily for Black Sapphire Cookie. It's so funny. And my other friend who plays Cookie Run Kingdom kind of agrees with her. Like, she doesn't think it's weird, I guess. Or she's like, oh yeah, she just likes Black Sapphire. So I was showing her pictures of the character I simp for, because that was like the topic of conversation. I'll actually bring up the mask I made of him. All I did was add ears, but I simp heavily against my will for twice for My Hero Academia. And I was showing her pictures of him, because she had shown me pictures of Black Sapphire Cookie. And I was like, oh, you like Black Sapphire Cookie? This is the person I like. And she looks at me, she's like, why do you like him again? She acted like I just said I liked eating mayonnaise and ice cream sandwiches. I don't know, man. She looked at me like I just told her that I eat motor oil regularly. It was kind of funny. Let me think of another story, because I have a few of these. My cousins and I, back when I was really young, so I didn't quite know what I was doing, but we used to murder the frogs that were in their silo. Like, I don't know, I'm turning this so that I can see it better. How am I today? I'm okay. I'm kind of tired. It's very hot in here, because I'm wearing like 14 layers on right now. And to the person whose friend eats, like, ketchup and Oreos, like, just do a backflip, bro. Just do a backflip about it. But, yeah, my cousins used to do this thing. They have a silo, and it has a bunch of rocks in the bottom of it. Like, big rocks. It's damp and kind of cold in there. It's, like perfect climate for frogs to live. So one person would hold the frog in their hand, and the other two people would literally just drop rocks on their hands. Like, drop rocks on the frogs. I don't even know what it was. And do my friends eat anything weird? No, but one time I was at a Culver's, and I was eating my cheese curds with ketchup. And my friend, she's really rich, and, like, she's not entitled, but she's just not, like, the most intelligent person ever. She looked at me, she was like, you're eating your cheese curds with ketchup? That's crazy! And I was like, I feel like it's not that deep. she acted like I just punched her in the stomach or like murdered her dog in front of her. She was like, "You're eating the cheese curds with ketchup?" And I was like, it's cheese curds, bro. So that was lovely. Another thing, I told not my entire school, but my YouTube channel got leaked to my entire school earlier this year. And you can see in my YouTube, I mean it's kind of like eating cheese strips with ketchup. That's real. Oh, that's lovely. They get mad when your cats kill stuff, but they murder frogs. Lovely. Yeah, that's totally like rational behavior. Um, I can't think of what I was even yapping about. Somebody remind me of what I was yapping about. I'm trying to remember. Uh, I don't know. I am at a loss for words. Um. Oh, you can see in like most people's YouTube profiles their pronouns if they choose to put them there. And I thought I was gender fluid at the time, so I had mine set as she, they, he. And my friend, I'm not even joking. I have this friend and I thought he was homophobic for the longest time. And my suspicions were confirmed when because now everybody could see YouTube from their school Chromebooks. So if we used our Chromebooks, they could just go over to YouTube and look at my like profile and bio, and they see that it says she, they, he. He literally walks up to me during art class and goes, "Eurydice, change your pronouns because people are gonna think you're trans, and that's a bad thing." Like, okay, transphobe, what are you talking about? I was like, "Sir, those are my pronouns. I'm not changing those." And he was like, "Yeah, but I heard these people talking about," they were like, "Oh my god, is he trans?" And I was like, what if we were in an event where I actually was transgender? Like, what would you do? And I'm just trying to think about, I have no way to contact any of the other people at my school who have my like YouTube account, like are able to see it. So if they can see my bio right now, I figured out that I'm a demi boy, and it's kind of close to transgender, but um, yeah, it does suck. It's my school is interesting, but it was. Sorry, I just can't imagine what they could be thinking now, like. Because they can still see my YouTube stuff, and they have no way to contact me, so they couldn't, like, text me and tell me, like, "Oh my gosh, are you trans?" Probably because I hate all of them. And, that was lovely. One time I did a video with a kid in my class, because he asked me to, he actually makes me really uncomfortable. I very much don't like him. I thought it was interesting. Because he knows I told him I was a demi boy. And he was like, he accepted it because he's chill. I know he's chill like that. And he was like, "Oh, okay, that's cool. Not that big of a deal because why should it be that big of a deal?" And I went tubing with him and a bunch of my other friends the other day. And he told me a compliment, like as not a compliment. He was like talking about a hypothetical situation and joking. It was a joke. He was like, "Yeah, well, I'm not gay," after he had just said a bunch of like really uncomfortable compliments towards me. Compliments. They kind of just made me want to jump off the boat. So that was lovely. Yeah, he was like, "Yeah, but I'm not gay though." And I'm like, "Sir, what do you mean you're not gay? You're literally like, it seems like you're trying to hit on me or something." Oh, I haven't told you guys about this yet. There was this, I was looking back at some of my old videos, And some guy in the comments, he said he had a crush on me and wanted to be my boyfriend. Like, just straight up. So that was nice. That was interesting. Let's see, I can't really see the chat right now because of the way I'm looking, but I'm just trying to look. But, why? Okay. Here, I'll tell you guys about this since I don't know what to talk about right now. If you haven't seen it, my nails are painted like this. These 3 nails are blank, and my pinky finger is not. On both hands, I have my pinky fingers painted blue. Yeah, that was my reaction to his comments. Or one time randomly, I'm sitting there. The boat was kind of like this. If we pretend this is the boat, it was like a tubing boat. So the kid doing the tubing is sitting over here, and we're driving, and there's another couch here separated like this. People can sit here, people can sit here, and then the rest of the boat's back here. And I'm sitting on this side, and Connor, the kid who was being weird, he walks up behind me, he's like, "I like your hair." I was like, sir, do you need something from me? I'm scared. I was like, I don't like this interaction very much. It was interesting. I don't know, chat. My paintbrush fell. I'm sorry. Get out, man. Useless. Let me think. Oh, that's unfortunate. Yeah, he is kind of freaky. One time, he, like, started humping my friend's giant teddy bear. The kid who was being uncomfortable towards me. Like, no shame. Just started doing all that. That was lovely. I was very confused. Yeah, he was humping the teddy bear. I'm trying to read this long comment. Come on, man. Oh, come on, man. That's freaky, y'all. Don't tell people that. That gets you in jail. That's crazy. Sorry if you hear a lot of mouth noises. My mouth is being interesting right now. I don't know what's up with it. There's this kid at my...
Alexa, turn the kitchen sink light white. Okay.
The dude, he would like, what was it? Oh. One time, the reason that the teacher got fired, this guy was, he told one of the students, the female students, chat, I can't hear anything. I don't know what to do about that. You might need a new set of ears, because do a backflip. Do a backflip. But he's telling this, he like threw a pencil in front of her and was like, "Hey, teenage female student, can you pick up that pencil towards me? Can you pick up the pencil for me?" And she bends over to pick up the pencil, and he like pretended to trim and started like humping her. So, yeah, that's why. I don't know, chat. My teachers are weird. Yeah, I don't know. Or one time I thought it was interesting. My science teacher, I heard him talking to another student in the hallway. He was just talking about he was, I don't know. It was probably one of those stupid conversations that's like, oh my god, isn't it so annoying when girls have their like birthday weeks? Or like, you know how some people celebrate? Yeah, I don't know what these teachers are doing at my school. But like, I don't know. People need to like some people need to like commit die because it's getting out of hand how many like men who are put in position of authority are doing that to like all of the even if it's not just girls. Like just what are you doing, bro? Teach the class that you were, hired to do, buddy, budster. But he's talking about it's one of those conversations where old men get particularly annoyed for no reason when girls have birthday weeks. Because God forbid somebody celebrates their birthday in a longer celebration because then it gives them an excuse to, like do all that for longer. And he was like, yeah, it tends to be the females. He was talking about, he was like, oh, yeah, the females always are doing stuff like that. Like, sir, that's a little bit disrespectful. I don't know what he thought, like, yelling it into the hallway. He was like, yeah, the females doing all that. Like, what? One time my mom's boyfriend tried to kiss me, and my mom defended him for it. I had made dinner because the guy can't cook. Like, for anything at all. The dude can't cook. So I decided to make dinner because I felt like it wasn't anything special. It was literally just spaghetti. I didn't even make any for him because he didn't want any. And he like tried to kiss me just because. And then I cried. I cried so hard. I felt so like uncomfortable and betrayed. I cried so hard. And I texted my mom about it, and when she got home later, I told her about it. And she was like, "Oh, he was just trying to say thank you, honey." Like, nobody does that. And I know he wouldn't have done that to my brother. So, yeah, that's I don't know what to feel about that. Yeah, some people are disgusting. So I feel like something just fell. Okay, this did. But yeah, people need to like, or another thing that really grinds my gears is, that common saying that people are always yapping about, like, oh, what were they wearing when they're talking about a victim of sexual assault? And it's like, hey, buddy, you are defending a sexual predator, saying that, like, it's okay for them to do this because the person was wearing revealing clothing. Especially when it's like a 7-year-old girl. It's like, what do you mean, what were they wearing? They were wearing a long sleeve shirt and sweatpants. What are you talking about? What were they wearing? Like, the dude did that to a little kid. And even when it's not little kids, when it's like grown adults, it's still like, oh, sorry, we can't have empathy for victims anymore. Because, like, shut up, man. I'm going to glue on these extra pieces of the ears now. I'm just telling you all my stories now. Ugh. I keep forgetting that I'm not gluing that part in yet. I have so many little hot glue strings. This is what the mask looks like so far. Compared to that one, that's what it looks like right now. I'm going to add these pieces soon. But I also want to add the fur and the earrings. These little things. Oh, here, I'll show you. This is who the character is. And then the mask. My fingers are being funny, I don't know. Okay. I need to take a minute, and I think I'm gonna try. I'll show you guys my dragons right now because I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to keep painting my mask, but I will in a minute. Let's start with the first one. This is my new favorite one, and she's the newest one. They're all based off of my original characters. That's like the only reason I'm making. Move out the way. That's the only reason I'm making dragon puppets. This one is based off of, all of my OCs are like divine, like gods, kind of. So these two are the gods of life and death. That's this one. She has a really wide nose bridge. Look at her fat face. I think that it's quite comical. This is my self-insert character. He's the god of plague, and his design is based off of a black mamba. That's why there's all this gray and black on this side, and that's why the mouth is painted black. Then this one is my biggest one. He's one of my favorites. He's just like a little spirit, little goofy guy. And his ears are like the size of my head. For comparison, this is my face. And he can cover my entire head with like ease. Because he's big and large. Oh yeah, his mouth says "you are gay" on the inside. Just in case you wanted to know that. Okay. I don't know which part I want to work on now. I think I'm going to work on the inside of the ears. What music do you guys like to listen to? Because, I don't know, I like music. The music artists I usually listen to are like Aurora. I really like her music. I like Epic the Musical. And I also really like Arctic Monkeys. Because who doesn't? Who doesn't like at least one of their songs, let's be honest. That's cool. I put too much black in this. Country gang. My dentist office plays country music all of the time. Like, I don't know why. John Deere Green, cool. Have you ever been beaten by a wet spaghetti noodle because your girlfriend has a twin sister and you got confused and accidentally fucked her dad? That's how it feels to drive a Ford F-250. I'm working on doing this part of the ears right now. I'm trying to make the ears kind of look a little bit more like a human by adding the two different sections of the ear. I have to be kind of precise with this part over here. That's why I'm being a little quiet, because I'm just making sure that I'm getting them the right way. There was this little kid in one of I go to these Humane Society camps because there's one near me and I always get to pet the little cats. You live in Ireland? That's cool. I like Irish people. I think that they're cool. Unless that's not what you said and I'm just yapping into the void right now. I do not live in Ireland. I would like to live, anywhere but where I live right now. So maybe I'll pull up to Ireland, but I can't. I am not of age to go to anywhere to move my homestead. I do not like it here very much. This is what I have so far. There isn't really a stark difference between the ear colors, and I think I'm gonna try to fix this. Bye. All right. Ugh. Have any of you guys seen those videos that, I know they're like satire videos, but I saw like one person put a little comment about it, like Therian Town, or like a country specifically for a group of people, or I saw one that's like Flop Tropica, if it were an actual city, and it just like, it sounds so much better than like Earth. Like, they're just places where you'd want to live. And I always get so mad, because I'm like, why can't I live in Flop Tropica? Because it's like, seriously, these people are cooking when it comes to making countries. It's interesting. I don't know what's up with it. Okay. At this point, I just need to, like, only use bright pink for this. Okay, we've got this part done so far. How a bummer. For real. What do I have to do next? I think I should put these pieces on. I need fur to do that. So I can't do that yet. I think I'll give him the eyeliner that he has. My desk is a mess right now. Let me try to clean this up. One thing at a time. My X-Acto knife is just out and open. That's nice. Go over here. I guess I either have to bring out a new, like a new paintbrush, because these are nasty. My paintbrushes are gross, and I don't really feel like going to clean them. Come on, man. There's this, back to that other story. I go to this Humane Society camp every year, and I really hate the camps that, like, don't separate people by age groups. Because it's, like, these, like, you can put, like, 5-year-olds in a room with, like, 15-year-olds. And it's so annoying sometimes because, like, for the 15-year-olds who enjoy being around children, it's okay. But, like, for people like me, it's so annoying. But, like, there was this kid there, her name was something ugly that you should never ever name your kid that I don't really remember right now. But all I know is it was bad. And we do this thing every single year where they show off the snake that they have. They have one snake that just lives at the Humane Society. Because I think it's either like he can't get adopted because of health issues or something. I'm doing the little like eyeliner kind of around the bottom of the eyes. But there was this little kid and she kept getting scared of the snake, like really terrified. So they didn't have her hold the snake because it's like it's not like the world's gonna blow up if like she doesn't hold the snake. So they didn't make her do it. But while I was holding the snake, or while other people were holding a snake, like we were all sitting in a circle, and she kept trying, like she was sitting in the corner. Here's our little circle, and like there's somebody over here holding the snake, and she's in the corner, like back here, and I'm sitting here at the beginning of the circle, and she kept like reaching over. She was like on my lap at one point, trying to reach over and pet the snake that she was so terrified of. And I was like, I kept saying, I was like, kid, can you like sit down or like go somewhere else in the circle if you for some reason can't fathom like sitting still? And she would be like, oh, okay. And like every kid, she'd do that for like 20 minutes and then continue to be annoying. And the teacher even kept telling her, she was like, hey, kid, can you maybe just move to a different part of the circle or keep your hands to yourself? And she just like wouldn't. Or how a lot of the kids, especially when it comes to animals, even adults do this. Like, if somebody tells you, like, oh, hey, don't take pictures of the animal, or hey, don't pet the animal through the cage because it's dangerous, and they do that anyway. It's like, how dumb do y'all have to be to do that? Like, you were instructed not to do something, and then they do it anyway. So, I don't know what's wrong with, like, humans these days. But there was one thing, we were seeing the guinea pig, and it was like, it was one of those things where it's a big circle, and the guinea pig's in here, and everybody sits around it, because he was like in a cage or something, so that he wouldn't just like run and hide under a table or something. So, we're all sitting here watching the guinea pig, and one of the big rules was like, don't put your fingers near his face, and just like every single person did that. Cause I guess when they're kids, it's like okay, but still, like the teacher blatantly told you not to do something, and it's like, how are you so like unfathomably dumb that you're just like, oh yeah, I'll do that in spite of, professional opinion. Kids are dumb, but stupid adults are like insufferable, I swear. They make me want to not pay my taxes. I'm doing this other part of the ear right now. This little part on the edge. I can show you guys better when I finish it. But like, here's one side of it. Here's what it looks like so far. And I'll tell you guys about my pets, because I don't know what to do. I have one cat and like technically 2 dogs, because my mom's boyfriend's dog continues to just kind of like leave his dog here. Congratulations on working on your mask for 2 hours. I don't like working on masks, but like, no pain, no gain. That's a horrible motto to live by the way. I have one cat, his name is Mercury, and I have one dog, her name is Cosmo, and the other dog is Pepper. Oh, great, okay. Sorry, my hot glue gun's being a menace. They're so mean. Here's what it looks like so far. It's really heavy because it's wet. And I think I'm just gonna continue working on it tomorrow. So, oh, your first fully furred mask? You should get duct tape for that to, like, when you fold the fur over and I do it with some of my masks that are more hairy than, like, fleeced. You use duct tape to, here, I will show you one example. Here's one of my best made masks. And here's the back of it. You can see it's not fleece, it's very fluffy. So when you put it over and glue it to the other side of the mask, it gets in your eyes. So you use duct tape to keep the fur down. Just a helpful tip, because it's annoying when it doesn't do that. But I'm gonna end the stream in a minute. So ask me some questions while I clean up so that I don't have to stop it abruptly. Where is my paint? Alright, well, I'm going to end the stream, chat. What's it like in school? Oh, for me, it's not that bad. The only issue is that all of the students in my class are horrendous. They're so rude, and they're just dumb, especially when it comes to me, because they all know that I'm some cringe furry, or something like that. A lot of the 8th grade boys make fun of me, like the older boys who have so many other things better to do. And it's just, I don't really think I think it's more annoying than rude, because it's like, these kids are in 8th grade, they should know better. So, one time I was walking past that was all. And the kids, these 8th grade boys were like, oh my gosh, I saw your channel, I'm a huge fan. It was like obviously sarcastic. And it's just like, can you maybe just go back to tackling each other? Because that's another thing, is all of the teachers are really permissive. I'm fanning off my board of paint so that it doesn't get paint everywhere all over my room. But the teachers are way too permissive, especially, like, one teacher of mine, she's the art teacher, and she decided for one day she was just not going to teach because she was like, you know what, if you guys aren't going to pay attention, I'm not going to teach you. And since there were only like 4 kids out of like 30 that actually wanted to learn, all of the other kids didn't care and played on their Chromebooks the whole day. So that was lovely. My class is also just, like, unintelligent. There's this one girl named Carson, and in every single math class, the current teacher that we have, she does this thing where she, like, introduces a new topic every day. It obviously doesn't work, and she quit. Good, because no one liked her. But she quit doing it. Sorry, what was it? Oh, when she would introduce the new topic every day, she starts teaching it and whatnot. And this girl, she yells it out to the whole class. You know, this 7th grade, autonomous adult, not adult, but close enough. This, like, entire intelligent human being, she, like, every single math class, buries her head in her hands. She's like, I don't understand this. Oh my gosh, this is so strange. It's like, we've been learning it for 10 minutes. No one understands this. Why are you the exception? It's lovely. Alright, I'm going to end the stream because my voice hurts now. So, peace out.